Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Hope you guys had a good trading week. Today I'm going to be going over all the trades that I took on the 16th of January 2026. Today is kind of a weird day. I didn't really want to make a recap because I actually didn't take any trades today. No setups were valid for me, but whilst I was away from my keyboard, my cat did enter shorts by stepping on my keyboard, and I was able to close out quickly before I made a loss, and I actually ended up making some money. I know that's a bit outrageous. I didn't really want to make a video on it, but I thought, you know what, it makes a funny story, and I might as well give you guys the reasoning to why I didn't enter a trade. I think there was one valid trade, but it didn't really go with my strategy too well, so I didn't take it. So I just wanted to go over that. Cool, let's get started. So starting off with the 4-hour time frame, if I just go on the replay tool right here, as you can see, coming into the market, I was pretty bullish. And the reason I was bullish is because, as you can see, we just swept these lows over here. So we swept all of these lows, and we tapped into this 4-hour fair value gap yesterday. Right there, and we reacted perfectly off the 50-minute zone. So this is kind of like my strategy, but on the higher time frame. We had a sweep, we had a zone, so a high time frame PD array, and then we inverse this 4-hour gap and this 4-hour gap. So this just screams to me bullish. So for me to continue longing, what I would want to see is on like the 15-minute time frame, I'd want to see continuation higher. So I'd want to see continued bullish momentum. And my condition on my bias was, if you look at this hourly fair value gap right here, so this one, in my opinion, if we were truly bearish, we would want to see this fair value gap hold. But since we're too bullish on the 4-hour and we inverse this 1-hour time frame, in my opinion, we're pretty bullish. And I wouldn't be bearish until we body close above this low, body close above this low. That's my condition, because then we see a sell side model. But since pre-market, this is what we were seeing, in my opinion, I was pretty bullish. So my bias today was incorrect. So I've given you the reason to why I was bullish, but that wasn't correct. So I was actually wrong. And I don't mind being wrong here and there. Sometimes my bias is wrong, but I still managed to get a trade in. But then the reason I want to go over this quickly is because I want to explain to you how, although at the beginning my bias was bullish, I decided to change my bias like mid-trade. And it's really bad for you guys to like marry your bias. It's always important to trade what price is telling you. So let me just restart this and go to market open. So if I go right here, as you can see, even on the 15-minute I was pretty bullish. So as you can see, we're breaking above highs. That just screams bullish, and we have low resistance liquidity right here that we could target. So I'd want to see all these highs get taken out. So I was bullish coming into the day. However, when market opened, before we get to market open, let me just draw. As you can see, all these zones are extremely horrible. I wouldn't want to long off these zones. So if I go to the 30-minute, all these zones are horrible as well. 15-minute, I think there was one decent 15-minute. Actually, the 15-minute looked alright. So I saw this 15-minute gap right here. And then I saw this 15-minute gap right here. And the reason I thought these were quite nice is because these had lows sitting right above them. So we had this low. As you can see, I think this just tapped it. But since the 50% of this zone hasn't been tapped, I wouldn't mind taking a trade from there. And then we have this low as well. So I wouldn't mind seeing a sweep reversal type play. Cool. So in my head, I'm like, all right, if my bias is correct, we either see a sweep here, inverse on the lower time frame and I enter longs, or over here, or we continue pumping where we form some sort of fair value gap, so 15 minutes or higher, where we retrace into, inverse up, and then I enter longs. So those are my two conditions. Now, in this situation, I wouldn't really want to be bearish personally, because we have body closed above this hourly fair value gap, but I wouldn't mind taking shorts, because as you can see on the hourly, there is no resistance over here, sorry, no support over here preventing price from going down. Like, if price starts plummeting down, I know price will easily come rip down to these lows because there is no proper fair value gap or anything stopping us apart from these 15-minute ones. Cool. So if I start price action, as you can see on market open, we did chop around quite a bit. We did have sweep of these highs, but we didn't have a proper inverse unless you want to count this. But again, this is not displacement for me. We wicked into this fair value gap right here, and then we just about body closed it, which is not good enough displacement for me. And I'm bullish on the day, remember? So the only thing that would switch me from bullish to bearish is if we body close below these lows. And I even wrote this in my journal. Obviously, this is the 15-minute close. I couldn't see this just yet, but right now it's just bullish. So as you can see, price did plummet. So as I said, I was bullish on the day. I was wrong. That's fine. I just didn't force anything. Usually, whenever I see price plummeting down like this, I wouldn't just enter the first inverse that I see. And I do know there's a bunch of people that took this, because if you look at this 1 hour fair value gap right here, right there, the reason I wouldn't enter off this is because we literally dumped for a long time, and this is literally the first inverse fair value gap. It's like, imagine this here. If you're like 4 stories up and someone drops a knife down, you're not going to try catching it. This is the same thing. Price is stabbing down, stabbing down, stabbing down. You wouldn't try catching that. I think that's a bit outrageous. And we didn't have a proper sweep down here as well. And I think the main draw is this low. And also, if I check the hourly, look at the way the hourly closed. The hourly closed really strongly down. I wouldn't want to try longing off this. I think after we inverse all of these gaps, maybe we didn't inverse the bottom one, but I think the next target is this low. And as trading view loves spoiling the next candle, as you can see, we did come down, so I was right. So now I've gone from bullish to bearish, because when we have a drop this high and there's nothing trying to catch price up, I wouldn't mind catching shorts down here. Another reason why I wasn't too fussed about catching shorts is because, as you can see, we have all these lows on ES as well. So there's this low, there's all these lows, there's so much low resistance liquidity for ES to come down to as well. So that's a win-win to me. Like, I would not mind at all. As you can see, we also have a price gap over here that ES closed below. So we can easily short down to here. Even have like this low sitting in this 15-minute fair value gap. So what I like to do sometimes is, if I want to short NQ but there's not good targets on NQ, I would look at ES, and the same second ES takes those targets, I'm ready to like exit my trade. But as you can see, as ES left relatively equal lows and NQ didn't take this low yet, so there's no SMT, I was very bearish. So in this moment, what I started looking for is, let me get rid of all of this nonsense because it's just distractions. I wanted this 15-minute gap right here to form so I could short out of here. And look what happened. If I show you guys something, look, I don't trade 5-minute fair value gaps, right? But I know the PB boys do trade them, so I know they took these shorts. This is valid if you trade 5-minute fair value gaps, but again, I don't do that. Oh my god, sorry about that. But yeah, what you can do is you can wait for us to come into this 5-minute fair value gap, and then you can short from here. I think there was a really good 3-minute short over here. Maybe we come up again. I don't really remember exactly how it played out. Maybe it was the 3-minute. Yeah, there you go. So what you could have done, actually, I wouldn't have played this, and I'll tell you why. I think the PB boys did enter this on the 32nd. But if I played this, I would want to play it like this, targeting these lows. But my break-even point would have been this low right here. And since we sweep my break-even point before I enter, I wouldn't enter this. I would want to enter, then sweep this, then I'll go break-even, and then we plummet down. I think this plays out. Even if I enter this, I would have made money. But I'm being transparent, I didn't enter this. I was waiting for us to come into this 15-minute fair value gap, which we didn't enter. So yeah, I think around this time I wanted to get off the charts because I was already on the charts for like more than an hour. And it looked like we just wanted to continue coming down. I did have this 15-minute gap marked out just in case we do come up, because again, there's still draw to take down here, and ES still has some draw to take out, like over here, these lows. But again, Fridays, just continuation day. We dump with no entry for me, and that's fine. I don't mind. I'm totally fine with that. As you can see, the 15-minute, we started filling it way too late. When we did fill this 15-minute, let's see if there was an entry, because I low-key stopped looking at price. Okay, so you could look at this inverse right here, but then do you see this fair value gap right here? We're respecting it, and we're wicking it. I wouldn't enter here. Check the 2-minute. Wow, that actually looks pretty good, to be honest. Check the 3-minute. Yeah, I wouldn't have entered this. I would want to see this get invest first. 5-minute. But yeah, you get the point. So no trades for me. I do want to show you guys the trade that my cat took. It's actually quite funny. So if I just pull my chart down right here, as you can see, this one right here, I think when we were down here, when I literally said, I'm looking for shorts, my cat decided to enter some shorts. I usually trade micros, and then this guy entered off minis because that's what I do my analysis on. And I ended up making $820 on my account, which is outrageous, I'm gonna be honest. But I think I got pretty lucky, or maybe my cat has his own strategy that he wants to do on the charts. Who knows? But yeah, no trading day for me. Monday is bank holiday in New York, so I won't be trading because there will be low volatility. I would recommend you guys to stay out of the charts as well. I think on Monday I'm deciding to drop a video on how trading works. I know there's a big misconception where trading is a scam, trading is gambling, because people don't know how trading works. So I want to make a video on that, explaining how, if you have correct risk management, how trading works, and why taking a loss is not a bad thing. Because I think a lot of people have the misconception of, if they see a trader taking losses, that means the person is not profitable. And I'm pretty sure if you go through all of my videos that I have uploaded this week, including my losses, you can see that I did end up making money at the end. As you can see, I was up 460, then I was up 620, and then I lost 360, and then I made 520, and then yesterday I lost 300. So although I did have 1, 2, 3 winning days and 2 losing days, my win rate is still above 50%, because out of it's still in the positive. So, and my accounts are still up 940 each. So yeah, I'll be going a lot more into that in that video on Monday, so keep an eye on that. And I think that should be the first video every single trader watches before they start, because it's not about learning the strategy, it's about understanding why and how we trade and how we need to extract money from the markets. Anyway, I feel like I've been going on for too long. Let me know if you guys have any other video suggestions. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Take care.